What AR? 55. You don't have a single weapon 90 yet. Okay, I'm not gonna cap. I have never in my life seen a 2-digit crit damage Shao. Wait, why is this? Oh my god, why did you refine that? Oh no. Yeah, that's a perfect healer crit rate. Yeah, that's kind of the problem with Rust. Is that without high... Whoa. Okay, I think one thing you need to know is that you're definitely spreading yourself too thin.
So the other day, one of my Twitch viewers begged me to fix their account that they had made terrible mistakes on. Not knowing what to expect, I logged into their account and quickly saw that it was a bit more disastrous than what I had anticipated. Because of that, I logged out for the night and deemed that I would come back the next day.
So we are now back in day 2. I kind of don't remember what this account had. I just remember a few glaring issues. Maybe looking at child will remind me of them. Wait, he's on 4 heart of depth. Was I exaggerating? Maybe it's not that bad. Oh. I remember. Okay, I got it. I remember. Okay, I'm starting to understand where the issues lied. I think what I noticed in this account, just looking through the characters kind of quickly, is that you have a lot of I'm done. Okay, dude. Okay, no. Let me finish my sentence. Okay, you have a lot of characters that are like trying to be geared, like have a good artifact set or are trying to go for a good artifact set, but then when you look closer, they're like kind of disastrous. Okay, this is a mistake that a lot of people make. So I think it's a good thing to sort of explain what's happening, because this account is very easily savable because you have a lot of good things going for you. You have a Polar Star, you have a Homa, I think. Yeah, you have a staff of Homa, although you did refine it, which pains me, but you have a lot of good things, but there's a lot of things going wrong. For example, Xiangling, one of the best characters in the game, is on the right set, but when you look closer, 33 crit rate, 50 crit damage, right? Your child, defense goblet, your Raiden is on a black tassel with underleveled artifacts, and a lot of your support characters, this was the same with my previous account review, a lot of your support characters are underinvested. Support characters that can be used in every team or a lot of teams, very efficient to invest into, are underinvested, right? Bennett should be on 4 noblesse with a high base stack weapon, which he has, but it should be level 90, right? Zhongli's fine, but do you really want to use your only staff of Homa that's refinement rank 2 on your tenacity of the millilith full HP? Well, okay, should be full HP. Shield build? Probably not, right? Like, Homa is Zhongli's best weapon, but you might as well just put him on Fav, make him a support, and then give your Homa to like Xiao or Xiangling or Raiden, who's literally on a black tassel right now. Important thing I want to start with, your number 1 priority for any character you're using should be level your weapons to 90 and level your talents as high as you can get them, okay? That's always more important than your artifacts because artifacts are random. Talents and weapons are assured upgrades. Now, before I start giving you general advice, I'm gonna say specialize, okay? Pick 1 DPS character at a time, maybe 2 to have 2 of his teams. Focus on them and don't spread yourself too thin, okay? Because you have a Ganyu build that's like, you know, kind of in the works. You have a Xiao build that's in the works, a Eula build, kind of Xiangling, but not really. And then just like a bunch of other characters that you're also building. And I feel like for support characters, yeah, you want to build them, and I'll get to that. But for DPS characters in particular, you should probably focus on 1 or 2 at a time. For your supports, I recommend building low investment and general supports. For example, Bennett, level his Aquila to 90, give him 4 noblesse. You can have the worst substats in the world. As long as you have ER Sans and 4 noblesse, you have value. Xingqiu, 4 emblem is good, but all your artifacts are +0, right? So what is he doing? Like, is he even getting his burst back? Probably, because you have sack sword, but other than that, not much, right? So let's make this account better now. Actually, wait, let me teleport to the abyss. It'll be easier. Yeah, see, like this account's only gotten to floor 10-3, and it's like it has a lot of potential, so like it can definitely be higher. But anyways, the first thing I want to do is determine what your 2 teams are going to be so that we can build those characters and you can focus on building them, because as I said, you're kind of spreading yourself thin right now. A lot of characters are being built at the same time, which I don't want. I want to avoid wasting resources, so we're going to pick 2 teams.
Now for the team building, I had many options. They had so many powerful 5 stars and also really good 4 stars who could single-handedly carry a team that they could choose to invest into. With that said, I wanted to focus on characters that were both strong but also that they enjoyed, as that is what matters most in Genshin. Since I knew that they were a Ganyu main and that they also really like Xiao, I decided on the following 2 teams. A Ganyu melt team on the first half, consisting of Ganyu, Xiangling, Bennett, and a flex slot. Ideally it would be Zhongli here, but we're using Diona so that I could use Zhongli on the other team, where Ganyu is an amazing hyper carry with many low investment supports like Bennett and a shielder, and then also Xiangling, who can be ran on a Favonius Lance for energy and also someone who does a lot of damage when invested into. On the second half half, I knew I needed to pair Xiao with his Geo supports. As one, I knew that they wanted to use Albedo and Zhongli, since they are 5-star characters that they pulled for and started investing into. And secondly, Zhongli is someone who can be ran at extremely low investment and is flexible and can be used in many different teams. Albedo is also very flexible, and while he does want some investment, he does get the job done without needing an insane amount of investment. The main problem I had here though is that this person does not have Jean, and typically a double Geo Xiao team is ran with Jean, Albedo, and Zhongli. Who they did have, however, is Raiden, and since Raiden Shogun is one of the strongest characters in the game, I didn't want to just leave her benched, and so I figured I could integrate her in this team by replacing Jean in this slot. While this seems like an off-meta team, Raiden has many others like a Raiden National where she can shine in. A Xiao Raiden double Geo team is extremely off-meta but very good and has been calced to be even better than Xiao Jean at the cost of a healer. This team works incredibly well as there are supports obviously supporting Xiao as he is on field so that his damage is amplified with the Geo Resonance, Zhongli's shield, and supportive artifact sets. After that, you can swap into Raiden to give energy back to your Xiao while also having a second DPS. While the main criticism of this team is that you could use Raiden in another team, and I agree, since your first team is Ganyu, I think putting Raiden in this second team makes it very strong, especially for someone who wants to play Xiao. On top of that, the current Abyss that this was recorded in had a Geo Rift Hound in a floor, so running a Geo team on the second half was almost a must to clear efficiently. And so given the characters we had and the characters that my viewer liked, these are the teams that I made for him. The only downside of this team is it's a bit higher investment, and as I said, I don't want to spread you too thin. That being said, Zhongli and Albedo are still efficient even with lesser investment, especially Zhongli. And in your first half, Bennett and Diona honestly need like no investment, and then Shangling just wants energy recharge. So this really isn't that expensive since you already have the characters. So I think it's doable. Okay, so now that the teams are done, let's fix the account. Your Ganyu is honestly not bad. The one thing I'll say, level your fucking Polar Star. The problem is you need this and you need to kill specters. I would argue killing specters could be a punishment for like second degree murder. Okay, I think that if you want to like reintegrate prisoners into society, you could make them just kill specters and then they would be like, okay, I never want to do that again. I'm a better human. So I understand why it's not 90. That being said, please get this to 90. It's an amazing weapon and will skyrocket your DPS. Polar Star Ganyu, very good. And honestly, your Ganyu is your main character that's actually fine. Your crit rate looks low, but it gets better. You gain 20% crit rate with this passive once you do a Frost Flake. So this is pretty good. There's still room for optimization. Wait, your artifacts aren't even plus 20. But yeah, your Ganyu has a good start, especially because she's crowned, has a good weapon and good artifacts. But yeah, you need to level them. So I think the main characters you're going to invest in are Ganyu, Xiao, and Raiden. The others can be a bit copium and they'll be fine. For Raiden, I don't know. Maybe this is an accident. I really don't know what's happening, but I would 100% give her this Homa and then give her artifacts that aren't plus 0. Oh my, whoa. Okay, dude, how do you have like a perfect feather sitting there that's just level 0? Okay, give this to your Raiden. Dude, like this account looked so like bad initially, and then you look at like, you have a closer look at what it has, and there's so much potential. Please don't use a Cryo Goblet. I know I said in my Raiden guide, Emblem of Severed Fate is needed and is her best set, but it is not more important than a good main stat. Like a Cryo Goblet literally does nothing. Oh, you have what? You have a Cryo 1 on set with crit. Okay, you're using that. You're leveling that to plus 20. I don't care. Okay, there you go. That's a good foundation for Raiden. We're gonna level all the artifacts in a minute. Let me just set everything up. Last character you really need to invest in is Xiao, and I think we kind of looked at it and it looked decent, but just not leveled. Yeah, like again, plus 0 feather makes your Xiao completely useless, but double crit piece. For your Sans, again, like this isn't the best Sans, but it's a start. Goblet, it's a start. Crit rate circlet, oh my, that's better than my circlet. Zhongli's on Millith. Now, your Zhongli is on an attack goblet, which most people would look at and be like, why are you doing that? However, running for Millith and having low substats, bad substats is okay because you're just a shield bot. I will say though, that your flower needs to be plus 20 because you don't want your shield to break in one hit, okay? So you're definitely gonna have to level this flower. I'll do it for you. Like I'm down to fix your artifacts, but yeah, you definitely wanna level that. For Albedo, you want 4 Husk, but honestly, Husk isn't a priority for you because you have to invest on your DPSs and stuff more than just your Albedo. So 2 Husk for now is fine. Although these substats are super fucking bad. Okay, maybe I lied. Oh my, why are you on an ER Sans? Okay, no. Constructive criticism. Okay, again, Archaic Petra, good set. 15% geo damage bonus, that's good. But main stats are more important, okay? Unless you're running like Verdescent Vendor on a support or something crazy, always focus on main stats over set effect. This isn't even talking about substats. Main stats are so fucking important. Running an energy recharge stands on your Albedo just makes them do nothing, okay? Noblesse to Albedo on this team, you could. Do you have any good defense stands? Because if you do, you can just run an offset one. That's not bad.
That's not bad. Ooh, you could go Millith Albedo, Noblesse Zhongli. Oh my god. Okay, dude, come on. Oh my god. Okay, just for reference, right? The 30% defense you're gaining from 2 Husk with like the most garbage stats you've ever seen can easily be made up for in substats. Same with 15% geo damage bonus from Petra. Good artifact main stats and substats are much more important than that, okay? And there's a lot of different sets you can run on Albedo. While what is that set called? I can't think. While Husk is the best, like you can go Petra, you can go Millith, you can go Noblesse if you need to, although it's not the best. Just whatever you have better substats on. You can even go like 2 Defender's Will. You can honestly make a very cheap Albedo build. Where's Defender's Will? Okay, you don't have it, but you can make a very cheap Albedo build is my point. Thing is, if your Albedo is really low investment, going for Millith on Albedo is good. The problem is you're running Millith Zhongli. Now, you could swap your Zhongli to Noblesse, have a Noblesse user, and then swap your Albedo to Millith, and then have 2 characters buffing your Shao and your Raiden. It just depends on what you have. If you can invest in your Albedo, and you give him Cinnabar Spindle, he does a lot of damage to where Husk is going to be your best slot. But if your Albedo kind of sucks, then you can just slap Millith on him and call it a day. Xiangling, moving on, has the catch that is very good. I will say you might want Fav for a, like, catch is way better. Catch is like your best slot. But for a Melt Ganyu team, you really need a ton of energy recharge, like a ton. So if you need more than whatever I give you, you might want a Fav Lance. That being said, your Fav is level 20 and your catch is 72 out of 80. So you can use catch because it's well, never mind. I take that back. You're probably going to put Homa on Shao and catch on Raiden because you might as well give your 2 best weapons to your 2 best hyper carries. Yeah. Like they have R5 catch. You might as well use it, and R2 Homa, which... So there you go. And then Xiangling. So for a DPS Xiangling, you would go deathmatch, right? But for a Xiangling in a Ganyu freeze team, you really want to, or melt team rather, you want to give energy. So you're going to go Fav. You're either going to level a second Fav or you can give deathmatch or Black Tassel. It doesn't matter. Depends on your investment level to your Zhongli, and then just give Fav to Xiangling. Do you have a Pyro Goblet? You don't. Wow, you don't have a single emblem circlet. Okay, you don't need to chase best slot. You can go like 2 Noblesse, 2 Pyro, whatever. Isn't it just for Melt Ganyu? Why care about more than ER for now? You don't need more than ER to apply Pyro and be useful. However, since Xiangling's one of the most broken units in the game and your scaling is so high, if you can invest into her and make her better, you might as well. It's always a big upside. You have a second DPS in your team. It's kind of like Xingqiu. There's 2 levels of Xingqiu. There's a Xingqiu where you have enough ER to spam your burst on cooldown, and then there's a Xingqiu where you have that, but you also have a ton of crit, and then all his rain swords do like, you know, 9k damage or something, and it's just really, really good. So for your Xiangling, you don't have enough ER now, but for your Xiangling, for your Melt team, I'm going to give you enough ER to spam your burst on cooldown, and then your crit stats are going to suck because you don't have the artifacts for it. But what I recommend you do is grind the emblem domain. A lot of your characters need emblem. For now, she's just going to apply Pyro, and it's fine, okay? It looks copium. It hurts to look at, but honestly, it'll be fine. Make sure your Sans is plus 20 though. This is #1 priority. I'll level it in a minute though. Also level your Fav to 90. This is going to give you a ton of ER and will make it a lot easier to spam your burst. Because if you have downtime on your Xiangling's burst, then your Ganyu's not going to be melting, or you're going to have to spend time giving your Xiangling particles, which will lower your DPS. I think it's time we start upgrading characters. Let's start with Shao, because Shao is vital to your team. I give him Staff of Homa, so that's a good start. And let's just see how we can improve him. So this is the start of your ratio. Let's see what we end with. Flower, you're going to at least plus 16. Okay, I don't want to throw any of their leveled pieces because they might use them. So I'm not going to throw anything they might use. That being said, I'm throwing this piece. Wait, why did I get it to plus 14? Oh, wait, that's good. Okay, if we get another crit roll, this is suddenly a really good flower. That's not bad. It's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. This is still good. And it's only plus 16. We'll get it plus 20 once I know you have enough resources. Because like Feather's way more important for now. Feather, we're just going to get this plus 20. Pain. Okay, it's fine. Okay, you also have another Glad Feather. What if we just level the other Glad Feather? Because you're not at a point where you can be super picky with your substats. Like, I'm very picky with mine, but that's because I'm AR 59 and I play this game too much and I don't have a life. But if you're just like a lower investment player, or you're newer to artifact farming, or you have less artifacts, it's fine. You don't need to have the same standards. This feather has 3 good stats. As long as it doesn't roll flat defense, it's a good piece that we can... Everything. It's fine. It can redemption arc. I promise this is a redemption arc. Shao doesn't need the most investment. So as long as we hit like a bit of good rolls, we're pogging. Please, 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 please. Just anything good. All right, that's good. That's a low roll, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I really feel bad wasting artifact XP, but like... Oh, okay, wait, please. One more good roll and it's fine. So we're allowed, if this gets one good roll, we're happy. One attack or crit roll and I am happy. Okay, salvaged. It's not amazing, I know, but it's good enough. Maybe, we'll see. All right, hopefully we hit crit or attack percent. Either works and we'll be very happy. Okay, good. All right, Shao is starting to look good. One more piece, which is the sands. All right, I am sorry for ruining your 2 Petra, but I never want you to use this on Albedo ever again in your life, so I'm doing you a favor. You're welcome. And we roll crit. It's fine. I didn't make that noise. I got hacked. That was a glitch. Do you have an offset sands that works? Ooh. Wait, just fucking run this. Okay, I know what this looks like. Oh, Ziox. Why would you run 2 Wanderers Shao? Elemental Mastery does nothing. I know, but we're running substats over sets, okay? This is like really good. Let's level this to 20. Are you I'm just gonna give you advice on what to use because I clearly can't get lucky, but like, as you can see, just by mix and matching your artifacts that you already had, you now have a decent ratio. Your energy recharge is a bit low. I'll try to fix that, but 2000 attack, a decent crit stat is not terrible. You do want more energy recharge. You want around 120, which you could actually go on your feather, your flower, because your flower is an offset piece now. I forgot. For Ganyu, it's, your Ganyu is already pretty good. It's just like some of your pieces should be 20. Like, why isn't your sense 20, right? So we can just do that. What I think I'm going to do is just level the pieces on your main carries. And then for your supports and stuff, I'll just tell you what to build. And then you can work towards that. Oh, nice. Okay, even better. Granted, you should level your sands before your flower, but I'm going to level both. And if you don't have enough artifacts, I will find a way. Oh, how do you make it account better? Just roll crit. That easy. Okay, last piece is this. This sands looks kind of bad, but the elemental mastery is needed because Melt Ganyu wants EM sands, but since you don't have one, you are going for an attack sands that has EM substats, which is not a bad idea. And like, yeah, like this Ganyu is already better. Over 200 crit damage, 136 EM, which is a bit low, but it's a start. And 56 crit rate. Your crit rate is higher with your passive and when you level Polar Star, and your sands can still be 20, which will give you, well, not more crit rate, but potentially more damage and more attack, which is important. For your Shangling, I'm just gonna get your sands to 16 because you're kind of low at, oh my god, you have no artifact XP. Let's start by gearing your Raiden. Raiden's more important. Since your artifacts are kind of all over the place, she's the type of character that I would rather tell you what to do to improve her than waste all of your resources, okay? You could use your ER sands and then you'd have a 4-piece, but this sands is like really not worth leveling to where I would honestly rather you keep grinding this domain before leveling artifacts instead of leveling a really bad one. This could be your placeholder if you just want to do Abyss. You could, as I said, focus on main stats, get this to 16, do Abyss, and then upgrade it when you get a better one. But I don't want to level this for you because I feel like it'd be a waste. So for now, yeah. Like you can run an offset circlet and this for now, but eventually go for 4 emblem, keep grinding the domain, you'll get better pieces. You have a really good goblet, really good feather, really, well, decent flower, plus a really good weapon. Level this weapon to 90, level your talents, well, your talents are fine, but ideally 8-8. Zhongli, Millith, Shield Bot, this is perfectly fine. Granted, right now, your crit ratio is terrible, so there's no real point to be deathmatch. I'm going to give you Black Tassel or Favonius. In the future, if you invest more, you can go for a more offensive weapon, but as a shield bot, this is perfectly fine. Low investment, Millith user, very good. Bennett, you want for Noblesse? Okay, you're on for Noblesse. Wait, is that it? Wait, is that actually the best? Yeah, it's actually probably the best. Okay, yeah. Yeah, all right, you're for Noblesse. Now, a lot of your main stats are super scuffed. You have a defense goblet and a crit damage circlet with very little damage. Now, that doesn't matter because for Bennett, what you're going to do is you're going to run literally the most energy recharge you can on every piece. You want at least 200, ideally like 250 in this team comp, just as much energy recharge as you can, right? Once you have 4 Noblesse, Aquila Favonia, and ER on your substats, you're good to go. Even if you have like not a healing bonus circlet and like low damage on all your pieces, as long as you have enough ER, even if you're running like a Hydro Goblet that has 20% ER on the substats, that is a lot better than HP Goblet with no ER because you just want to be able to spam your burst on cooldown. You will heal enough and your team will do enough damage. You just want to be able to spam your burst. Okay, so that's Bennett basically done. And then who's your last character? Diona? What's their Diona on? Huh. So in theory, when you're running Diona Bennett with Ganyu, And if they both have 4 noblesse, it can help with uptime, but it's usually wasted. Like, you don't need 2 noblesse users, which is why I typically go Zhongli in that team. What you can do is you can run one on something like Instructor, and you can run other supportive artifact sets. However, since your Bennett is kind of struggling with his ER, you can just run both on noblesse, and your Diona might be able to help maintain uptime. For now, doesn't really matter. Give Diona whatever you have. You mainly just are running Diona for a tanky shield. So even if she's kind of scuffed, as long as she can have a tanky shield, that's kind of all you care about, right? So you can put like HP stands on her and stuff and just level this up. You can run 2 Millith for HP and then another 2-piece, like whatever you need. Could even be an ER set, but there's no reason to run Maidens. Okay, let's go to the Abyss. Let's kind of show you what your team's going to do. Now, keep in mind, a lot of these characters aren't optimized, so this will look a lot better in the future, but for now, we can make it work. We'll just test here in your highest Abyss floor. So the way this team works, very straightforward. Right in E buffs your burst damage. You do all your normal stuff. You just play Shao normally. Like, your Shao already plunging 32k. We did get an Abyss card that gave a bit of attack, but 32k with a +8 flower and very suboptimal artifacts. Like, there is a lot of potential. Like, I'm telling you, this account looked very bad when we entered it, but it is very easily improvable as long as you just follow the advice I gave you. Now, after your first burst, what you do in this rotation is you give your Shao his burst back by going to Raiden. Well, you shield up again with Zhongli, whatever. Go to Raiden, use your burst. And then this Abyss floor is kind of scuffed for testing, but just by auto-attacking with Raiden, who is very low investment now. Her damage isn't great, but it will be in the future. You're going to passively get particles for Shao, and then when you swap into him, you should have your burst, and rinse and repeat. In this team comp right now, I will say with your level of investment, since your Raiden is pretty much irrelevant here, going Sayu or something will be better. But once you can invest in Raiden, she will be like a second DPS and will be very good in this team. Trust me, okay? Okay, here it's pretty straightforward. Just gonna do that. I should have shielded first, but it's fine. And now, like, Ganyu's dealing insane amount of damage. Even if my Shangling does not, like, no damage because she's low investment, as long as she applies Pyro, she's doing her job. Eventually, Shangling's gonna do a lot of damage too because Shangling's broken. But for now, even if the Shangling's not doing much damage, as long as she can get her burst back on cooldown, which again, she can't because she's, she can't until you level your sands, but she will be able to, get her burst back on cooldown. Then you can apply Pyro nonstop. And then Ganyu, who is high invested, will do, watch this. I missed. Dude, now I'm gonna have to cut that out. Okay, but if I hit, you would have gone. Anyways, point is, as long as you can apply Pyro with Shangling, even if she doesn't do a lot of damage, your Ganyu, who is well invested, despite the level 80 bow, is gonna do a lot. I didn't crit. Is gonna do a lot of damage, okay? That's kind of the point here. Ganyu can super hyper carry your team, even if your supports are very low investment, as long as your Shangling has enough ER and your other supports can just support her. So like level Bennett's talent, well, it's already pretty high, but you could get higher, level his weapon, and also level your Diona. Level your Diona just to get her shield stronger so it doesn't insta-die and stuff like that. So you can level your characters, talents and stuff, and then mainly invest in your carries, which are Ganyu, Shao, and then if you choose to run the Raiden team, Raiden as well. If you want to run just a Nemo healer, then by all means, you can do that, and it'll be cheaper. So yeah, it works. Is that it? Is there anything else I need? When we logged into the account, there was no direction. Now, hopefully, you know what you're doing, what teams you're building, level your weapons, level your talents, and I hope I give you a good direction. I was kind of all over the place, but also keep in mind, like, play what you like. Honestly, you have a lot of characters that could be good. You can play Eula teams, you can play Child, Shangling, stuff like that. I hope I helped fix your account. I hope to hear back from you in the future. I do honestly think you can 9-star clear the Abyss as long as you just invest a bit more. It's gonna be the longest account review. Yeah, it was way too long. My bad, chat. But we can edit it and make it short, so it doesn't matter. Anyways, I hope that helped. Peace.